What's up, YouTube? How is everyone? I hope good. I am Sunny with Healing Power Divine Universe, and I am here with a reading on what's the gossip in your community? What is your community gossiping about now? You think that they would learn not to gossip, but people can't seem to shut their mouths. So why not figure out what your community's gossiping about now? With that being said, before I get started, I ask if you please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified when I upload more videos, hit that like button, and share this video if you think others can benefit from my messages. If you would like to donate to my channel, there's a PayPal link below. Please donate away. I'd greatly appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. It helps me live. I am, I work for God, so I deliver messages for God. So any amount of money would really help me at this time. This is going to be very triggering to people. My messages have been very triggering. They have talked about things that are, going on in our communities, that have gone on in our own personal lives. So if you are triggered easily, please click off now. I do appreciate you subscribing to my channel, of course. So let's get started. So I pulled 5 index cards, then I have channeled messages, and then I have tarot cards and oracle cards to go over. So this will be kind of a long reading, just so you're aware of that. The first one I have is raping children. So your community is talking about people raping children. This probably goes along with a cult that has been in your community for a long time. This has been happening to children for generations after generations. We, the people now, are breaking these curses, breaking these generational curses by speaking out, telling the truth, making people aware of what has been happening in our lives, what happened to us as children, what has happened to our children, and what's happening to other people's children. It's very important to, be honest and open. If you have been a victim of somebody raping you, to really speak out, even when people are not helping, even when you're standing alone, it is very important to speak out about it. We have STDs. So STDs are a huge problem in this community, obviously, because that's what they're talking about. There are children coming up with STDs, incurable STDs. I'm hearing herpes. You might be a victim of having herpes. That seems to be a common STD. Unfortunately, it is not one that can be cured, or at least I don't think they can be cured. There is medication you can take each and every day. Valtrex and other things that you can take that will, obviously stop the outbreaks of herpes, around our genital areas, around our mouths, wherever people have herpes. So STDs are really a huge conversation in your community, probably because there's a huge outbreak of some type of STD due to raping children, due to people drugging victims and raping them. We have drug victims. So these children were being drugged to be raped. There was women, I'm hearing, that were being drugged to be raped also. There is also men in your community that have been drugged and raped also. So your community is aware that there has been children being raped. They have been being drugged, that there's STDs that these children are coming up with that were unexplainable until they really started putting 2 and 2 together. This, again, has been going on in this community a long fucking time. I pray to the highest power that this community is stopping what is going on, really opening their eyes and seeing the truth of what people have been hiding, what people have been up to, and really trying to save these children from being victims anymore. We have stealing content. So again, we have people that are, being fake psychics, being fake witches, claiming that they're the ones that broke a case. They're the ones that, brought this out into the open. They're going to somebody's YouTube channel, stealing their content. They're going to many YouTube channels, stealing their content, whatever the fucking thing is. But somebody is stealing somebody's content. The public knows, the community knows that somebody has been a false person, that has been maybe representing themselves as being a victim, representing themselves as God telling them the truth. That is not something that you ever want to do, people, ever. None of this stuff, obviously. God is watching, God is here, God is stopping it all. But when God sends a messenger like me, or another real psychic or real, intuitive type person, anyone that has gifts that God sends messages through, you do not steal their content. God is giving that person the information because God trusts that person to deliver it, to speak their truth. This person's probably gone through what is going on. This person is the person that's supposed to be delivering these messages, not Joe Blow, not Linda Lou down the street, not fucking Fred down the block, the person that God is talking to and telling this information to. We have fake ministers again. These cards are all coming out in almost every reading. So I'm assuming there's been a fake minister that has been, presenting himself to this community as somebody that's holy, somebody that's good, when this person was involved in drugging and raping children, human trafficking children. That's pretty much what it is. Women, men, taking somebody's content and presenting it as his own or her own. These people are caught. This community knows what has been going on. They know that they've been brainwashed by some fucking idiot that was claiming to be holier than holy, connected to God when this person was connected to the devil, obviously. Those are the index cards. Let's move on to the channeled messages. The first one is family involved in hurting a woman and her child or children. So there's been a family involved in hurting a woman and their child or children in any way. Maybe they were drugging this woman and their children and raping them. Maybe they gave this woman and her child or children STDs while they were doing it. They could have been slandering and lying about this woman and her child. They could have even made it so believable that they took this child or children away from their mother and father, or vice versa, a mother or a father. Again, God is here. It says God is here stopping it all. That's a huge message that God is wanting me to deliver to each and every person that watches my videos. Please share my videos because I need my content to grow, not for me to be popular and famous. It is for me to get my messages out that God is wanting me to deliver. Follow God, not the devil. So God is warning you. Follow God, not the devil. Everything in those index cards are the devil's work. People, wake up. Really start looking at whom you are allowing to brainwash you into believing that they're powerful, that they're of the higher power, that they know better, that they condone children being raped and drugged and women and human trafficking. Those people work for the devil. They don't work for God because God does not condone any shit like that. Human traffic stopped by God. So human trafficking, again, is brought up. Human trafficking is being stopped by God. Anyone that human traffics another human being, God is going to be there and they're going to have to answer to God. Not in 70 years, not in 60, not in 50, not in 40, not in 20, not in 5. Right then and there. Mob made it right for a community, a woman and her child or children. So the mob, again, comes up in my readings. Again, that could be, a mob. That could be any type of mob. I don't really want to go into specifics because I don't want the mob coming after me. I have enough, issues. I'm just delivering what God is telling me. So this could also be a cult, but they're mentioning a mob, so let's go with the mob. This mob has made things right. This mob was involved good and bad. I think there was members that were involved in a bad way, and there was members that weren't aware of really what was happening. And once they found out, they obviously are making things right, especially for a woman and her child or children. Inheritance finally delivered to the right people. So again, money comes up in my reading and inheritances. People were stealing people's inheritances. They were holding back people's inheritances because they didn't want a person to progress. They wanted a person to struggle. They didn't think this person deserved it. They might have received more money than what they received in an inheritance. Who knows? This is just selfie, greedy, worthless people that, God obviously is stopping from, even having any type of abundance. Because when we stop the abundance and growth of another human being, we are not stopping their growth. We're stopping our own. God, again, allows that rope to allow you to kind of hang yourself. And that's what God has done. God is here and he is fucking grabbing those ropes. And I hate to use that as an example, but that's the only way I could put it. Powerful witch is God's earth angel. So there is a powerful witch, people, a real fucking witch, not a fake witch, not somebody that worships the devil to get the devil's power. A real witch that is God's earth angel. People are like, well, you can't be a witch and worship God. Who the hell do you think created us, people? God did. Of course we worship God. Who else would we worship? And if you're not worshiping God, then you are going to obviously have to answer to God in the end to why you thought that God wasn't in charge of each and every one of us, didn't create our lives with energy and love, didn't sacrifice himself, didn't, sacrifice many things for us to be able to live the life that we're living. The devil is there to bring people down, to take their souls, to have the darkness in the world, to rape children, to have fake ministers preaching to people, brainwashing them to believe the devil's work. God is here to bring love and light to each and every one of us. This powerful witch is God's right-hand woman. This is God's earth angel. And I feel like this powerful witch is the woman and her child that were the victims of whatever has been going on in this community. I believe this community finally sees this witch for the good witch she is, and really for the earth angel that she is. Money laundering through local banks. So the banks were involved, the president, the employees were involved in laundering money through their bank. That was probably inheritance checks, insurance checks, IRS fraud, any type of money laundering. The local banks are definitely involved. We have man helping correct all things that have been done. So they're illegally, so a man helping all things, correct all things that have been done illegally. So there is a man, it could be an authority figure, it could be a private investigator, it could be an undercover cop, it could be Joe Blow down the street, but there's a man that is helping correct all the things that were done illegally in this community. Arrests of authority, family members, cult members, corrupt police, judges, lawyers, railroad employees, and call girls, prostitutes. So this community is talking about these, authority figures, family members, cult members, call girls being arrested. If they haven't been arrested yet, they will be arrested within, I'm hearing, the next 24 hours to 48 hours. Man was responsible for running prostitution ring, women and children. This man is going to prison for the rest of his life. Generational curses broke by God and a nobody woman from Rawlins, Wyoming. Take that as you will, people. And it could be that, this is the powerful witch that is helping all the communities, all the states. This witch is obviously very powerful, able to break curses, generational curses. This could also be a nobody woman that stood her ground, that spoke the truth, and made people see really what was happening in their own community. Celebrities are involved in making this happen after a nobody woman wrote a letter to her celebrity hero who stopped everything in her life to help. So celebrities, we're talking maybe musicians, we're talking movie stars, we're talking, directors, anybody that is a celebrity. It could even be YouTube celebrities. You never know. And then we're at the end of my channel messages, and the first arrow, because my guides always draw arrows, if you don't know that. The first arrow goes to here. The second one goes to involved. The third one goes to celebrities. The fourth one goes to celebrity. And the fifth one goes to celebrities. So what they're telling us is that there are celebrities or a celebrity involved in making sure that this all comes together, that this nobody woman from Rawlins, Wyoming, these people in this communities, these raping of children, drugging of children are no longer happening. So If this is the case and somebody wrote a letter to their celebrity hero, be very thankful that you had the nerve to really speak out, ask for their help. Know that God brought them to help you. Know that God also brought you into their life to be more aware of what is going on the outside of the world, on the outside of being a celebrity, that people really are struggling in this world. And it's very important to read the letters people send, to take them serious, and to help any way possible. So to all celebrities, if you watch my channel, thank you so very much. We're very blessed to have each and every one of you. I send so much love and light to everyone out there. The first tarot card is the Page of Wands, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is when you are going to receive good news, maybe work-related. This could also represent an active, cheerful child. This could be a teenager that maybe you're going to receive good news about. If your children have been taken away, I feel like this represents that you're going to be receiving good news that this child is coming home. Because if you notice on the broom, it has a little bag, you know, like when you leave home. I feel like this child is coming home finally, which is beautiful, which almost makes me cry. Sorry, I'm very emotional today. Six of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius again. When this is in the upright, this is success, achievement, promotions. I feel that in this situation, people see that they were hindering somebody's success. They were trying to stop somebody from achieving their goals and gaining, things in their life. This is now happening to the people that were involved. Their success is being ripped from them. All their achievements they've made in their life are no longer looking at as achievements. They were hindering the growth of a woman and her children, period. They were doing it to women. They were human trafficking people. There was fake ministers pulling a wool over people's eyes, taking their money, brainwashing them, using their children and women as prostitutes. They might have gained a lot of success through doing, all these horrible things. But God is here now, and that's why this card is in reverse, because now they have to deal with their karma. They have to take responsibility for the things they've done and the people they've obviously hurt. Rejoice in celebration. So this community is ready to rejoice in celebration after a very difficult life here, as many generations of people being hurt, people being lied about. They're rejoicing in celebration that they can feel free, that their children are safe to go to school, their children are safe to go stay the night at another person's house. People are rejoicing in celebration because the truth finally is out. Maybe this community has known a long time that this was going on, but everybody was too afraid to speak out. Or maybe it's because there were corrupt police that were involved, or the judges and the authorities. It could be government employees, DFS, that were taking people's children and human trafficking these children, people. This is a serious thing. DFS should not even exist. People should never, ever have their children ever taken away from them. No one ever deserves that pain. No one ever deserves that, especially the children, because these children are going into fake foster homes. These people are making money off of our children that they are taking from us. If people need help, if they are drug addicts, if they are struggling financially, then we put them in a program that makes them better with their children so they can grow and expand and become more healthier. We don't take children from their parents ever. We have Aries the Radical. I'm sorry, I'm super emotional today. I apologize. So there's an Aries that is being gossiped about, or this Aries is definitely gossiping in this community. There is a lot of forgiveness needed in this community towards these monster of people. This woman and her child and her children need to have forgiveness for the people that were ignorant, didn't help them, didn't listen. God is here. Our angels, this is for my angels answer deck, is asking us to please have forgiveness for everyone involved, even the monsters. People, it's easy to say we hate people. It's easy to, put somebody down. It's easy for us to be pissed off and disgusted and everything else. And don't get me wrong, because this is my story. This is what has happened to me my entire life. My daughter was taken from me. I had been raped since I was a child, and so on. And the thing that I've learned in 45 years is that it is easier to love unconditionally. It is easier to allow God to judge these people. It is easier for us to heal and grow and expand when we don't carry all the hate and all the disgusting feelings and all the why would anybody do that? Because we're never going to receive that answer. We never will ever understand why people have done that or done this to children. We need to realize that this is a generational curse. This has been going on for generations. So their parents before that, their parents before that have been doing this. And everyone has been covering it up. Everyone thought it was okay. They were all bound to the devil in some way. And that devil was winning at this spiritual warfare until a witch, a nobody woman from Rawlins, Wyoming said, fuck that. You're not going to hinder my growth anymore. You're not going to bound me to the devil. You're not going to slander my name. You're not going to isolate me anymore. You're not going to shut me the fuck up anymore because I've lived this tremendous life. People need to know the truth. We need to save the children from today on. Unfortunately, us children before that, we had to experience what we went through. There was a reason for it. We have the 8th house intimacy. So there's a Scorpio either being gossiped about or who is gossiping in this community. There is a soulmate. So people are gossiping about a soulmate. So maybe there was a love connection with two people that never came to fruition. Maybe there is a soulmate that stepped forward to help the situation come out. Maybe there are many people in this community thinking they're a soulmate of a person. Take this as you will. Their third eye is definitely open, so they know exactly. God is showing this community, showing this soulmate exactly who they're meant to be with. We have past lives. That's exactly what I'm talking about, people. This has gone on in past lives, generation after generation after generation. And by God, we should all be proud because this generational curse is fucking finally broke. Our children are safe again, people. The children that our children don't have to go through what we've gone through. Thank you, God. Please thank and be grateful for God, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, because they've been kicking ass to stop all of this from happening. Thank this nobody woman from Rawlins, Wyoming. Please send love and light to her. Please, please, please. We have the 7 of Cups in reverse. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is when you are feeling overwhelmed with choices. One must be made. It's in reverse. So a choice has been made. So maybe this soulmate finally pulled their head out of their ass and they have finally made the right choice. Maybe this community finally pulled their heads out of their ass and they're making the right choices. They no longer are letting fake ministers and brainwashing and spells and black magic corrupt their minds. They're no longer allowing slander and gossip and hate and just, jealousy and disrespect to corrupt their minds. They are now not overwhelmed with choices. The choice has been made. This also could be that a choice has been made to arrest all these people. Maybe there was an investigation going on and they finally have came to an end. So it's time to start arresting the people that are responsible for corrupting and, creating a clusterfuck and just a dangerous place for children and women to live in a community. Temptation, the devil. So this community knows that this has all been devil's work, that people were using and allowing their temptations to overpower their morals, the right from wrongs. Maybe this community spent a lot of time having sex with many people. Maybe this community were all for raping children. Maybe this community watched. It was all the devil. The devil came out. This is the devil. This is addictions, sex addictions, drug addictions, addictions to gambling, overthinking, to being committed to religious organizations, anything and everything we do too much of. This community realizes that their temptations have been bound to the devil for many generations, and they have made a choice to finally go towards the light. We have trine flown, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So those signs are either being gossiped about, or those signs are the people gossiping in this community. Be assertive. So the angels are telling us to all be assertive, to really stand our ground, to not settle for less. Maybe this is the person that stopped this. Maybe this person is a very assertive person. They do not put up with shit. They're telling us, do not allow anyone to put those rose-colored glasses on your faces anymore. To really speak your truth, to really stand your ground. To not allow anyone to bully you. To not allow anybody to gaslight you anymore. To be assertive in the way that we respond and react. The way that we conduct our life each and every day. It's very important. That's a very important message here. We have square challenge, Cancer and Aries. So again, a Cancer in Aries could be being gossiped about, or a Cancer in Aries is gossiping in this community. This community has been enlightened by someone about the children in their community. This is a beautiful card to come out. They finally are seeing the sun come back out in this community. These children have been saved by these fucking monsters that were bound to the devil, people. There has been, this is God. This, to me, this represents God. God and his angels, his light workers, his messengers have enlightened this community. They are enlightened about what was happening to children. They also are enlightened on these children finally being saved from what has been going on for generations and from past lives. To break a generational curse, to break a past life curse, people, is dramatically very, very impressive. This is something that people could strive for many lifetimes, and it never happened. For anyone to have broke past life curses, to have, withstood or withstand, or how do you say that? To have withstood? I don't know how you say that, or withstand. They withstood tremendous journey, a really hard journey. They probably were fighting alone. They probably were being, ridiculed, slandered, hated. I mean, tremendously hated by everyone. And this person needs to honestly, and I'm not just saying that because this represents my story, but this person really, really needs to be celebrated, because this person really, honest to God, saved children and women's lives from being raped, from being neglected, from being used, for, people stealing people's money, for, making a community bound to the darkness instead of to light and love, to allowing this community to be enlightened again about God and about the beauty of children and how we raise and how we treat our children. Possibilities. So there's many of possibilities now. Maybe this community can now grow. Maybe you live in a small town that's been stuck in one, area or one generation. They haven't expanded. They haven't brought in new businesses. They haven't brought in good restaurants. They haven't, they don't have things for children to do in your community. The possibilities are, this eagle soaring high. People are going to be soaring high now because the possibilities for each and every person in this community has opened up, because they're finally enlightened on what was truly going on. We have the High Priestess, sign of Cancer, 1000%. This is the witch. This is the powerful witch. This High Priestess is a fucking true badass. And that's the only way I can fucking even begin to explain to her. She is directly connected to God himself, people. She is very, very fucking psychic. I mean, psychic as fuck. God showed this woman what was going on. God showed this woman what happened to her as a child, what happened to her as, a baby, a child, a teenager, a 21-year-old, to an adult, to however old this person is. This person gets all of her downloads, all of her vision straight from God, people. And people, what's funny is this High Priestess has kept a lot of fucking secrets. She tried to tell people and people laughed. People made fun of her. Oh, she's fucking schizophrenic. Oh, she's a fucking idiot. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. Until this high priestess was ready to reveal her secrets that God showed her. And now this high priestess is blowing this fucking community out of the fucking water. This community, honestly, owes this woman a fucking apology. Also, kudos for fucking speaking out because they were too afraid to speak out. This fucking high priestess broke this fucking past life curses, broke this generational curse for a community that has been plagued by fake ministers, by fucking drugging victims, by raping children, by STDs. This high priestess, they were saying that this high priestess was linked to the devil herself. That's bullshit, people. You know what? Research your shit before you fucking talk about anything or anyone, or before you believe fucking fake ministers. That's what this community is fucking talking about. They need to know that God himself created us to be the high priestess. There isn't millions of high priestesses out there. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, we all have intuition. That's as far as psychic abilities go. God does not condone everyone to be the high fucking priestess. The high priestess is also the empress. She is gone through more fucking shit in her life. People have judged her harshly and wrong. People have made fun of her gifts. She was the earth angel that God brought that people fucking abandoned and rejected, talked about, lied about, raped, and stole from. They were fucking with the high priestess. You don't ever fuck with God's chosen people. You don't ever doubt somebody because you are jealous because they have more gifts than you. You don't ever slander somebody's name. You don't tell lies. You don't accuse them of stealing fucking high chairs. You don't accuse them of stealing your house key. You don't do shit like that because you never know who you're truly fucking with. This community and these fake ministers found out who the fuck they fucked with. We have the tower. Again, this high priestess brought the tower to this motherfucking community. The tower hit. That is, this community was built on a false fucking foundation and has been for generation after generation after fucking generation. And if you don't like my cussing, I don't fucking care, because that's who I am and that's how I express myself, even when I talk to the higher power. This is people, their homes crumbling, their businesses fucking crumbling, banks going under for laundering money. This is relationships. This is black spells or black magic and spells being reflected, hitting fucking people that thought they were going to make somebody old and fat, and they gained 45 pounds wanting somebody else to gain 45 pounds. They want somebody to look old and they're 45 and these people now look 95, but the person they were putting the spells on looks 45. On and on and on. This is when anything is built on a false foundation. This community was built on a false foundation. This community has got a huge fucking wake-up call. A huge wake-up call. But this community has been enlightened and are ready to rebuild on a firm, healthy, innocent, loving, unconditional loving foundation. Mental conflict. So people are mentally conflicted still. Maybe they have been mentally conflicted from spells and black magic. Maybe it's been from this fake minister brainwashing them. I feel that people have been in this mental conflict for many generations. This mental conflict is being removed because God is here, people. God, the devil is gone and God is here. God is making things right. God is showing everyone the truth to what really was going on, who is responsible for it, who helped stop it, who they need to apologize to, who they need to, ask for forgiveness, who they need to realize was a victim, who was innocent, who they were slandering, who they were fucking hating, whose car they were vandalizing, and so on, whose children they took away. We have Pisces, the majestic, This Pisces is either being gossiped about or it's one of the people gossiping. Ask for help from others. So the angels are telling you, if you need help, please ask others for help. At this time, this community really needs to come together. Maybe this community, somebody's been asking for help for a long time, and this community was so brainwashed that they weren't helping. So maybe the angels are telling you to please help the people that need help. Joy. This community is finally feeling the joy. There, you can see this woman, she's dancing and she's happy and she's just free-spirited. There's beautiful flowers around her. This community went from the devil being dark, being, addictions and horrible things going on, to feeling joy because it's coming to an end. The tower hit, and this is what it's bringing. Participation. So everyone in the community is participating in building this tower back up on a healthy foundation. Maybe helping others. They're wanting to participate in helping the victims of this story, to help put these people behind bars, to remove the darkness from their community. But they are participating. And then the last card I have is the Hangman, a sign of Virgo. So there could be a Virgo that is hung himself, that, people see that was maybe this fake minister. This also is, they felt like they were bound, that they couldn't do anything. All this Hangman has to do, though, is reach up and use the key that he has in his hand. That's what people were doing. They were hanging around waiting for somebody else to do something. They were all in this hangman position, and in reality, they all had the key to unlock their feet in their hands. So this community is finally seeing that somebody has done this. Maybe this is you. Maybe this community had one person like this. This person had the strength to unlock themselves. Now this community is also doing the same. Now, I know that was super dramatic. I'm sorry, but this is just really hitting home drastically for me. It's a very emotional day for me. I'm exhausted. I haven't been sleeping very well. I'm going through another traumatic and very intense spiritual awakening. I'm missing my daughter tremendously, and when you hear stuff like this, it's very devastating, and it takes a while to soak in. But I'm glad that I'm the one that's been able to deliver these messages, because I want you to know that I relate to all these messages, all the readings. This is something that has been in my life since I was a baby. I am a human traffic victim. I was trafficked as a baby. I was raped as a baby on into my adulthood. That's something that most people wouldn't share. But I know that I've gone on this journey, and I'm here today to be able to share my story and to help other people, and to let you know that, God is here helping us. Please believe. Please, please believe. I love you all so very much. Have a beautiful, loving day. Peace and blessings.